hive cluster is under attack.
For the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Speed and BTS here on Polypoid. Going to be a ZVT, going to be an incredible game sent to me by RJB. Bottom right, it is our red Terran player. It is Speed. We love this guy, man. He is doing well in SSL. And in the bottom left, it's going to be a blue Zerg player. It is BTS, also known as Alone, also known as True. He's been around for a while, I guess, is how you could say it. He played Brood War back through the 2010s. He switched to StarCraft 2 for a while. He joined the military. He got back, and now he is back in Brood War. So he's going by BTS now, which are just his initials. Bete, Sung, something like that. I don't know. I'm an ignorant American. I can't tell you what the name of a Korean player is going to be that well. But Barracks coming up here from Speed. Speed is a really great Terran player, dude. We like him a lot. Let's take a look real quick. I want to see how he did, actually. Speed. Yeah. So he made it through Group D back in September in the first group stages. And then in the round of 16, which is another group stage, looks like, yeah, he was able, not going to spoil too much for you here, but I will tell you, he took a game off snow. So, I mean, and yeah, he took 2 games off snow. So, like, serious business with this guy. We're expecting huge things from him. And it's a hat first play here from BTS. On the other side of it, SCV scouting. Barracks in a position where it's a little bit, well, it's out of the scouting position for the Overlord. So that's cool. And so, yeah, look, Terry comes in and says, so no barracks in the wall, but also no command center. So he's like hunting around, trying to see what on earth is going on here. And he actually is going to find the barracks if he keeps along this trajectory, which he probably should do. And he does. He sees the barracks. He sees the production out of it. He says, okay, well, I just got scouted, and my pool's not even halfway done yet. So let's make sure, maybe we have to pull some drones in the situation. Marines are hoofing it across the map to try to kill us right now. Yeah, this game is getting started fast. Now, bunker getting tossed up. This is extremely dangerous for BTS. Speed is known for, well, his speed, his vulture control, but also for his rushes like this. He will get here fast. Drones do fight well against unupgraded Marines because of their speed and because of their attack. They do 5 damage per hit. Marines don't have a ton of HP. A little bit squishy. Dude, is this bunker going to get down? Why are you sending... He's just like sending drones out here, but they're not attacking anything, and the bunker is down, dude. BTS is in an immense amount of trouble here at 3 minutes. Like, okay, now these drones can't fight. They can't mine. This hatchery might actually go down. Metabolic boost is on the way. A bunch of lings are being produced here all the time. We've seen that through the production tab here. He is going to be able to jump on this. There are 4 Marines inside the bunker and 2 SCVs for repair purposes. He needs to jump on it now, because guess who's expanding behind this? Speed is. He says, if I can kill... All right, we're bringing the drones in, and the lings are jumping on it, and even if you can repair... Which you are. Both SCVs are repairing. They finally sniped down the SCVs on the repair. And all the Marines go down. But, I mean, what was that? 3 or 4 drones died. Bunch of lings went down there, too. Ugh, that was a brutal opening for BTS. That cannot be how you want to open anything. So, he has metabolic boost. Unless he canceled it. Hang on a second. He is getting a lair here. I wonder if he canceled metabolic boost to get enough gas to go for a lair here. Try to get maybe out some faster mutas than expected, considering how poorly that opening went for him. Oh yeah, these are slow lings, right? Okay, yeah, so he totally canceled metabolic boost. If there'd been more lings, or more Marines rather, flooding across the map here, having speed would have been really nice. But he recognized that, no, actually, he's expanding behind this. If he's not expanding behind this, he's playing this wrong. Because if you want to go for a 1 base bunker rush against your Zerg opponent, and then you just sit on 1 base and just keep making Marines and keep them inside your house, you're playing it bad. You got to get out there and send it and try to finish it off. So the fact that the Marines are not coming across the map is telling BTS, okay, there's an expansion here. The Overlord saw that too. So, I mean, that's actually probably more likely how we figured this out. But Lair finishing up, Metabolic Boost getting tossed up. And we're just going to go for Mutalisks here. That is going to be the best comeback maneuver for BTS from that opening, which again was not ideal. Yeah, Spire. Ding! We did it. Spire is up. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're having a great one. Hit that like button if you're excited for this long macro Speed versus BTS TVZ for ya here on the channel. It is some good stuff between these two players. It's an RJB DEFCON 1 replay. Check him out at RJB's YouTube channel. There probably is a link in the description. And let's see when a third base is going to come up here from BTS. This drone feels very third basey to me. Like it's just its time. Yeah, so this is good. So your Spire going to finish. You make some mutas. These Lings make sure Marines don't feel super comfortable moving out and getting all the way across the map and jumping up to that base. There's a scan. Sees the main, sees the Spire, gets the information that he wants. It is mutas. He sees how long the Spire is. He says, all right, I already have an engineering bay. I'm working on a +1 attack. And let's move out. This isn't Lurker Rush. So let's maybe pop out here. Let's force the Zerg player to sacrifice some drones to make creep colonies and upgrade them to Sunkens. Like, this is great stuff, man. Speed. He doesn't even have to attack. You don't even have to attack. You just pop out of your main, and the Zerg's like, ah! Oh, then he cancels it. Okay, good. Yo, good reaction here from BTS. Basically says, you're not actually attacking me. Oh, gosh, no! Lings get deep into the main. There's a medic here, but that's not enough to save those Marines. Lings inside. They get a full scout off. They take off an SCV who's building a barracks. They try to get on top of some of these SCVs and finish them up. These Lings are going to die, but SCV down, SCV down. One more Ling survives. Couple Marines died there. Really pull the entire army back. This guy has 2 kills. Wants to get a third or just escape with his life. That's fine too. And now the mutas are here. The turrets are up though. Just because, you know, we were kind of distracted by that Ling attack. Speed is not the kind of player to completely forget about his missile turrets. And when the enemy has a Spire on the way, I would have forgotten, man. If I was in that position, you put me in Speed's seat in that situation, I would have been like, deal with the Zerglings. And then the mutas would have shown up and I wouldn't have had any turrets and I would have died. But Speed is a monster. He's awesome. Again, took games off of Snow. If you can beat Snow in any capacity in 2024, you're doing all right. You're okay as a player. You should feel proud of your capabilities. Maybe try to get better. Obviously, there's always room to improve in StarCraft. But you should take pride in what you're capable of doing, and that's where Speed is right now. SCV snipe, good stuff. Can't really dive here. Turret count, Marine count, too heavy. He's working on +1 flyer, though. So the man is planning on going a little bit heavily into Mutalisks here. Got that second gas rolling. Got a third gas coming in at the top left third base. And more mutas are on the way for our guy, BTS. Isn't there some, like, Korean pop group that's BTS or BT something? I don't know. Yeah, Muta's taking some hits here, but wiping out the SCV count a little bit. Trying to even it up a tiny bit here. 32 to 24 workers in favor of Speed. Full stack of mutas. That +1 attack is so far away, there's no use waiting for it. That was good. Those are a good couple volleys, man. Okay, but maybe, like, taking shots without getting a volley off is not how we want to play this at all. Replace the injured mutas with healthier mutas. It's kind of what we're doing here, but there are 3 or 4 of them that are very close to death right now. So he's got to maybe pop 1 out of this group. Ooh, yeah, replace. There we go. There you go. Now there's 1 muta that's horribly injured in the group instead of 4. Good swapping. All right, mutas dive bombing in again. 3 turrets in the base, 2 more on the way. Going to be 5. He recognized the investment into mutas and says, how many mutas are you going to make? Do you have any Sunkens at your natural base? Because if you don't, I kind of like my chances over there. But the mutas, their job is they are willing to sacrifice their own lives to make sure that these Marines don't get over to that natural base or over to the third base, because that'd be disastrous for him. +1 attack on the Marines is done. They're definitely working on a +1 infantry armor too. +1 attack, man. This flyer upgrade takes forever. And never mind, who needs it? Who even needs a couple lings? Let's just get in here. Bam, wipe this entire group out. Some dudes split off from the group and headed up to the top left on their own, and suddenly they're going to go ahead and get a scout off on the Hydra Den and this Queen's Nest and kill a ton of drones. Genius! Genius! Just splitting off 4 Marines. They've got stim. They got +1 attack. They just killed 3 or 4 drones there. 5 drones there. Focusing the Hydra Den that is researching lurker aspect is huge. They're not going to get it, though. The Mutas come in and save the day. But going after the drones was excellent, and they saw the Queen's Nest timing, too. And there's no mining happening at the third base at all for BTS right now. That's absolutely ginormous. This group of Mutas tries to dive bomb in. Looks like they got a turret in all the chaos, but it's still 40 to 28 workers in favor of speed. Hive on the way as soon as that Queen's Nest finishes here. Our guy is going to lean heavily into the Defilers, into Plague, into Dark Swarm. Our guy is obviously going heavy into Marines, at least for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game. It could be a tech switch, right? It could be a tech switch into... Hang on a second. Yeah, into mech, but we'll see. We've seen speed do mech before, so... shouldn't be much of a surprise if that's what we get. These Mutas, though. +1 attack, dude. It really, really pays off. And it's a Valkyrie on the way. There was an armory. Didn't necessarily have to make Valkyries, but this investment into Mutas is making speed go into the Valk. All right, dude. More SCVs getting wiped out here. This main base has been a wasteland of SCV activity for the last minute or so. So yeah, 35 to 31 workers now. Much, much more equitable in favor here for our Zerg player. Hive finishes at 11 minutes, considering the opening that we had. There are lurkers. There's a Defiler mound on the way. There's a Hive. BTS is playing well. That opening was bad, but he's recovered fairly well. Now, we got a Valkyries out. Yeah, hunting overlords. Not supply blocking. Oh, never mind. Totally supply blocking the Zerg. And he comes back in for his revenge. Yeah, more SCVs dying all the time. Turrets getting sniped down through the... There you go. Through the bounce, the Valkyries show up. The Mutas say, sayonara, we're out of here, folks. But it's 37 to 33 workers. This is a great place for a Zerg player to be at 12 minutes. I'd say, all things considered, he's overcome the bad game or the bad early game that he had, and now he's in a pretty good spot. Now, there are no Sunkets protecting this third base for BTS. So these guys coming across the map are going to be pretty dangerous. Adrenal's on the way. Defiler Mount is done. Consume's getting fired up because of course it is. This group of Marines are 1-1. They've got range. They've got stim. They don't have any medics with their group, although one is coming in the follow-up position here. Yeah, lurkers, thanks to the... Is there a Nidus here? There is a Nidus. Yes, of course. So we're just going to high ground Nidus this thing. And again, we've seen the arguments. We've seen how the right way to play this is get your third hatch on the low ground on this map against Terran, but I don't know. BTS is doing okay getting his third base on the high ground and stacking all of the lurkers up there, and there's just nothing that can be done. I mean, not that you couldn't do the same thing with those lurkers here, right? Make your third base, stack the lurkers, maybe put an overlord on top of them. Still functionally the same thing, but it is harder to break it if there's a high ground the Marines are having to deal with too. Dropships! So we got some dropships here, ladies and gents. Gonna fill those up with Marines and 1 medic, 2 medics. Yeah, 2 medics, and the rest of the slots are for Marines. So we're gonna push this front. Lurker Town, USA there at the front. And then dropships acceleration is not that great, but they come on in. There are some Scourge to try to handle the dropships, but they do not respond nearly in time. Like 4 of them to kill 1 dropship. The other dropship lives. So annoying to deal with this as a Zerg. Marines and medics free inside your base. They're going to try to snipe the Spire, but lurkers wandering down this way, trying to shut it down. One of them gets wiped out for his trouble, and the Spire is going to fall. Yo, that's a big deal. Scourge, at least, are going to be a big part of the plans, even if Mutas aren't from this point on in the game. And the Mutaflaw comes in and wipes it out. Everybody dies. Drop ship. Made it out and is going to load up and head up to the third base now. But, I mean, there's a Nidus, so the ability to teleport over there with your lurkers is going to come in handy in this situation for BTS. He's replacing the Spire because, yeah, he wants the Scourge, if nothing else. Science vessels are going to be a problem here sooner rather than later. And, ooh, see you later, Overlord. God, these Overlords don't even have speed yet. But squishier targets are drones, it turns out. Ooh, a Defiler's pretty squishy, too. 45 to 32 worker speed has just taken the massive lead. He's trying to fight some lurkers in Dark Swarm here, but it didn't go too poorly for him. Mutas and Lings come to clear out this drop as well. A supply block on BTS causing all sorts of issues. Man, Speed finally getting a third base, but doing a ton of harassment to slow down the economy of this Zerg player. Plague! Ooh! Insane Plague! Wow! Yeah, this medic, no, energy level's bad. Will continue to be bad for a while here. Oh, boxer maneuvering at 15 minutes. Speed, you're so fast. You're so fast, Speed. Okay, all right. Oh, this is bullying is what this is. Speed, you absolute monster. 27 to 47 workers in favor of our Terran right now. Speed is up big time. He's got 3 bases. The Zerg player has 3 bases. He's got 48 workers. The Zerg player has 31 workers. He's lost so many drones today. Just little 4 marine attacks, or the proxy bunker, or the boxer maneuver being used inside the main at 15 minutes. Who has to deal with the boxer maneuver at 15 minutes? Honestly, that's a late game thing. I guess 15 minutes is kind of late game in the current meta, but yo. And in fairness, he's catching plagues and dark swarms, so he might as well be throwing down a radiate on all the things, including his own things. Well, free Scourge are free. BTS not controlling that particularly well. This group is heading up to push a little bit. Gosh, the Terran's getting a 4th in the top right. Yeah, I mean, I don't like calling games this early, but oh my gosh, the Overlords still don't have speed. An Overlord with speed would have been able to run to this high ground and probably survive. Just stating that for the record. Yeah, but stack your lurkers, man. Stack them. So much harder to irradiate. Ooh, the Plague drags the Marines up the ramp, though. Okay. That was a good move. Good move from BTS, bad move from Speed, but he's got a 4th base, so like losing a couple Marines, not a huge deal. Scourge, no. Scourge have not made connections today. These science vessels have been great. Dude, more supply blocking. Oh, once again, Marines get dragged up into their own deaths. This medic's like, I tried to keep those boys alive. It's not my fault they're dead, she says. They're dummies. They keep running up ramps into lurker spines. Oh, Speed. 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 What is Speed's attention on right now? What is he looking at? He's not looking at this. Definitely not looking here. I guess maybe he's trying to set up a base there or get a drop off into a really well defended position, actually, because this is a lot of Adrenalings and a little Hydra support, and a lurker's gonna burrow back here too, so yeah, that's not happening. Good shot, I guess. Lurker pushing. Science vessel count continues to be awesome because none of them have died yet. Unloading at the natural base is actually pretty rad. I'm down. +2 attack and stim on these Marines. They're going to take out a couple of these drones at the very least. Dude, okay. Oh, dropship gets wiped out. No way home, boys. And everybody dies. Dude, it's 29 workers again. It's under 30 workers at 19 minutes. For BTS, Speed's drops have been so effective today. His protection of his science vessels has been top-notch thus far as well. He's adding fire bats into the mix. And Speed is looking like a man possessed. Yeah, these cracklings are like, we can get up here and kill you, right? And it's like, actually, no. We've got a bunker and like more Marines than that. So get out of here, you 2-1 Zerglings. He was doing so good protecting the science vessels, and then they caught a plague right to the face. Well, that's not going to work out for you at any point. Good gravy. Yeah, I just, looking at the trajectory of this game, 4th base is barely coming up for the Zerg. And the Terran player on the right side is getting his 5th. That's just not how we do things. Yeah, Firebats inside the Dark Swarm having a lovely experience. A Rage Scourge do connect and take down a Science Vessel. And Irradiated Muta's just absolutely eating it. Ah. But Speed's army gets pushed off the front door. I don't know if that was worth in terms of cash here. Speed's Marines just do not have any sense of self-preservation today. They've done a lot of running into lurker spines. Okay, Radiates, catching a couple Defilers. Look, man, if you're a Science Vessel with enough energy for an Irradiate and you see a Defiler, it's 10 out of 10 times going to be your best option. It just is. A Defiler represents way, way too much threat to your units, especially if you're going SK Terran, which BTS is dealing with today. So, yeah. Speed likes the speed of these Marines. He also likes the speed of Vultures. We've seen him go mech in this matchup. But for the 20-minute mark, and he still hasn't thrown down any additional factories. He's still pumping dropships and Science Vessels. He's still pumping Marines all over the place. I'm not even sure if you have to break this. This is a 5-basing Terran. 5 against a 4-basing Zerg. Yeah, Plague's a thing. Dark Swarm's a thing. Okay, Lurker out. Excellent, excellent. Radiating a Defiler and hope he wanders into the mineral line of your enemy so their workers die. 160 to 117 supply now in favor of Speed. And yeah, I mean, if you're a Zerg fan, BTS could use your help here. He's really struggling to keep up economically with what is happening from Speed. Another drop comes into the main. Same old handful. Oh, that's less than that. What was left over from the previous defense forces here? They're all going to die. Macro Hatch getting target fired down. Drones getting target fired down. Still a 20-worker lead for the Terran player in this game. Some of these shots are hitting eggs, but the Macro Hatch dying is okay, totally acceptable. Dropships leaves these guys to die. They eat a Plague, and our man is going quite a few Hydras. I don't know if Speed is planning on turning these into Lurkers or not. Science Vessels catching stuff. Yeah, every Defiler gets irradiated. He just consumed a bunch. He's going to get a Plague off. He does get a Plague off. Catches 3 or 4 Marines with it. And then dies immediately, of course, because of the Irradiate. Whoa. There's a Lurker back here. Some Lurker back there just got like 6 kills with 1 swipe. That was pretty good. So this is, I mean, it would be a win for Speed. He just doesn't have enough stuff. Well, there's your Dark Swarm. Now it makes it a loss. No matter how much stuff you have. Science Vessels catching Plagues again. Only 3 of the 4 this time, so I guess that's progress if you are the Terran here. But yeah, the man's at 66 workers on 5 bases. The whole right side of the map is his. The Terran has not been able to breathe. Has not been able to breathe and even mount any kind of an attack across the other side of the map, with the exception of the Mutas and maybe that Ling run by early on. But for the past 10 minutes, it has been Terran Pressure City USA here, or Terran Pressure City Korea here, because I don't know, that's just what it is. The Hydras are chasing down. There you go. Snipes 3 of the Science Vessels with those Hydras. And gets a Plague off on the Marines, so they don't want to fight you anyway. They will fight Marines. Marines will fight Hydras, but if they've been plagued, that's like the worst engagement for them. If they've been plagued, any engagement's pretty bad for them, as it turns out. Although, I don't know, against melee units, it's not the worst, I suppose. Further upgrades are coming in here from our guy BTS. He's got Hydra 3-1. He's got Lings at 3-1. Gonna go 2-3 on those. Another big Plague on these Science Vessels. And Hydra here to snipe you as soon as your HP gets low enough. Plague actually catching that Hydralisk. So he's going to Lurker Egg it. Okay, but kill the Lurker Egg? It only has 4 hit points? Oh, okay. Maybe not. Going to push up this way instead. More Irradiates, more Plagues, more Dark Swarms. BTS is spellcasting like his life depends upon it. Because it does depend upon it. I am seeing fewer and fewer ways forward for BTS to win this game. Yes, he's got this. Yes, that puts him on even base count against Speed, who for some reason hasn't taken this base in the top right. I don't know why. He's got the main. Just take the natural. It's easy to hold anyway. You are the one who's putting the pressure on. Expanding there should not be a problem. Plus, you're floating about 1,000 minerals anyway, so what's... Oh, he did it. Great. He's got a command center. He's floating down to go for his 6th base. All right, man. So 6 base in it. Zerg player barely on 5. Irradiates everywhere. The science vessels are trying their best, but guess what? The counterattacks are trying their best too. Lings, they have their plus. They don't have their +2 attack yet. No. Oh, we got a. Remember when I was like, "This is SK Terran"? We made a bunch of siege tanks. Again, to counter the Hydra plays. Your enemy's going mass Hydralisk. Or more Hydras than you normally would see. Hydras are not a bad answer to that, but Darkstorm Lurker is the answer to all things. Except things that fly, like battle cruisers, I guess. Nice intercept, by the way. Once again, attacking inside Dark Swarm, though. Yeah, that hatch is dead. This Defiler should get credited for a bunch of kills. Probably won't. Ton of Hydras coming up to this right side base, and there's a bunker here, but, you know... Not bad, honestly. I guess only 2 Marines inside. If there are 4 Marines, that would have been better. So, yeah, this 5th base attempt of BTS is gone. He's got a 6th base attempt coming up at the 9 o'clock. Hydras winning this battle of the 3 o'clock base for Speed. Responding to that would be nice. Drop shipping right into Scourge is a little bit more tough. Oh! Yeah, that drop ship was full of dudes and dudettes. So you... brutal. Brutality. Okay, Dark Swarm. Nidus can't be protected by Dark Swarm, so good target, picking it up. And Hydras finish off the dropship. Gross. Marines responding. Do manage to save the right side 3rd base. That Lurker gets picked. An attack into the natural base of BTS 2, though. Siege tanks, Marines, Hydra inside that Dark Swarm. There are no fire bats to counter that, dude. So that's not ideal. Great Plague on the tanks. Yes, wonderful Plague on the siege tanks. Ooh, so it looks like BTS is going to clear this out. The Hydras are doing extremely well. Especially, you know, if you want to take down a science vessel that's been plagued. Bam, Hydras are good at it. So, I don't know, 56 to 48 total workers. Speed is up, but not as much as he's been throughout most of the game. And sure, he was rebuffed trying to take down the 3rd base of Speed, but he saved his natural, and this 9 o'clock base lives, so that's pretty good. Battle cruisers are on the way. We'll see if they do provide the value that Speed wants them to, or if they kind of fall apart. Okay, look, BTS is fighting. He's at 144 supply. He's at 5 bases. He defended that last drop pretty well. It's just... this base exists and, like... I don't know. I don't know. BTS is doing everything right from a compositional standpoint, though. He's got Hydra, Ling, Defiler, Lurker. He's got all the pieces you want. The current counter to this whole strategy, right? But I don't know, like sending 3 Hydras alone and unsupported to attack a bunch of Marines is not going to do it for you, guy. Never in a million years. Man, these overlords still don't have speed after... Okay. I would feel like after he lost the 4th overlord that was slow, he would have gotten speed, but priorities are elsewhere, I suppose. Another attack gets rebuffed. BTS is holding on for dear life. He's taken the 12 o'clock base. He's taken this too? Okay, hold on. BTS might be able to pull this thing off. Those lings are going to die. And this unload is very sneaky. Gets right in here. Again, Overlord's dying because they can't run. Like how this Hydra's like, yeah, man, you want to shoot at the hive? Go for it. I'm not worried about that at all. There is a little bit of an attempt to take down that 12 o'clock base and a concerted attack here from Speed going against the 9 o'clock here, too. BTS gonna try to deal this. Hydras are getting irradiated for the first time today. We cannot let a group of 3 Marines take down your hive. It's going to take forever, mind you. And the Plagues. BTS is in this game because he's good with Plague. That's the only thing that's saving his butt right now. Ooh, yeah, Defiler Mound is a better target. Yeah. I just said the only thing keeping BTS in this game are these Plagues. Nice counterattack of the Cracklings, though. They got the +2 attack upgrade. +3 is on the way here, too. Ton of Marines defending this base are going to die. SCV's getting sniped out as well. Some Hydras joining the party. BTS kind of trying to make this thing happen with little crackling run-bys and counterattacks. I like this a lot from him. Wow, this group is still running free inside the main base of BTS, though. I appreciate you want to counterattack. I do, and it's going very well for you. But also, maybe deal with these guys. Okay, he finally deals with these guys. I mean, that was like a 7-kill Marine, though. Ugh. 12 o'clock base exists. Oh, our battle cruiser is here to cause problems. This group of the natural base of BTS just completely wiping it out. These Lings running into this bunker. There's high ground siege tanks back here, which makes it even harder for Lings to pass that area. You shall not pass. Trying to bust up the ramp into the 12 o'clock position of BTS as well, though, is Speed, and does get shut down. Lurker's got 5 kills. Very proud to see that. But it's 176 to 113 supply. 48 to 40 workers. Turns been up in every measure. Coming down here, just wiping out this hive. I mean, there's a new one probably coming up somewhere eventually. There's a new Defiler Mound. I mean, look, the tech all exists. Killing the hive would not really slow down BTS all that much, but I don't know. You might as well do it how I feel about this. Killing Overlords to try to supply block your opponent is awesome. This group gets surrounded and utterly destroyed. This one battle cruiser has 10 kills. Looks like he's been plagued at least once, possibly twice. And he's going after some gas. You know what? Fine. Killing an extractor. Forcing your enemy to make some Scourge when they are gas-starved, which they are. He's also getting Yamato and ship weapon upgrades. So, hive down. Dude, all of these overlords are ripe for destruction here. But the 3 o'clock base of Speed is also ripe for destruction. Why are we coming down this way? It's like, well, we don't actually have to... We're just gonna... Okay. Could probably have killed that command center. What's going on? No, don't turn into a spore. Anything but that. Fantastic. All right, Scourge wipes it out. See you later, battle cruiser. Didn't even kill the extractor or the spore that's coming up here. A 3 battle cruiser group, though. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look at this action. Die, Hydralisk, die. But a drop up at the top left from our guy's Speed is putting in immense amount of work as another, like, 10 drones go down. Main base hanging out down here. These overlords could die. Would they supply block the Zerg? They would not, but hey. Free overlords are free, I guess. Overlords catch a plague, and there's Dark Swarm now, so they're gonna die. But, you know, it was fun for a minute while they were fighting entirely unsupported Hydralisks. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. He does escape with all of 1 hit point. Once again, Marines attacking up a ramp where there are lurkers. Never going to work. Okay. Oh, right. This game is over. That's it. It's 28 workers again. BTS has consistently been knocked down to sub 30 workers throughout this entire match. Insane plague. I mean, I'm giving him a ton of credit for being a spellcasting god today. tons of plagues, tons of dark swarms, really nice target fires. He's doing everything he needs to do. He just can't keep his own drones alive. That's the issue he's running into today. There you go. Dark Swarm doesn't protect you from spell casting, which means that lurker's dead, which means it's not a wholly undefended base. There are 2 lings up there, but it's pretty well undefended. Well, there's 3/3 cracklings. There's 3/3 hydras. These tanks are going to die because they were plagued previously. They probably would have died anyway with that Dark Swarm. That was pretty nicely done. BTS, he's doing so many good things, but he cannot keep his drones alive. And he just went down economically so hard. Oh, it's an issue. It's an issue. Yeah, we're just irradiating individual hydras now. Not that it's the greatest use of energy, but I guess if there aren't that many defilers or lurkers in your general vicinity, you can go for some of that. So yeah, 169 to 93 supply. It is looking tough for BTS. He knows what he's doing. He does. D-Matrix Marine, one of the most fun things to see. And I think that's it. I've been calling this game for the past, about 20 minutes or so. And it's not really getting a whole lot better for BTS as the game continues. Speed is just... He is SK turning it with the added tanks you need to defeat the Hydralisk meta. But maybe don't try to boxer maneuver a couple Hydralisks. That's not going to go super well for you. And it dies. All right. Cool. Science Vessel down, but yeah. No, fine. You want to turn into eggs? You want to hide from your duty to defend the space? More drones dying. The counterattack of BTS. He's done some damage with his counterattacks today, but I don't think he's killed an entire command center. And that's kind of something you sort of really want to do in this game. Also, sniping Science Vessels is good. Oh, hang on. Might get this one if he doesn't lift it. Come on, speed. Lift. Lift. He does lift. Okay, great. So command center not done. Hatchery dead. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hatcheries dead. That's a lot of hatcheries in a TVZ, man. And BTS is, again, spellcasting like his life depends upon it, because it does. But it is not enough to deal with the absolute production of 50 workers. Another base to the south has been taken by speed. So you can Plague and Dark Swarm and Lurker and Crackling all you want. But at the end of the day, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough ask, man. Okay, well, I guess hit that like button if you enjoyed this game. If you're a Terran player, you probably did. Because this was speed getting out to 5 bases pretty quick. And then just pressuring and pressuring and pressuring this Terran or this Zerg player. Never letting him get up to max out. Never let him getting anywhere close to 65 workers like he wants to. And sure, there's casual Science Vessel deaths all over the place here. The plagues have been good. 3 out of these 8 Science Vessels have been plagued, so they're easy pickings as well. Yeah, no, you plagued some more of the Science Vessels. Look at that. Yeah, so now all but 2 of them are plagued. Like, I don't know. This game has been tough. It's been tough since the beginning with this bunker rush, man. That bunker rush that actually succeeded is really a big part of what made this thing happen today. Well, yep, going up the ramp. Are there lurkers here? Yeah, but it's only like 2 of them. So whatever. He's been, I would say, a little bit careless with his units, but he's been so far ahead that it really doesn't matter. He's lost probably 20 more Marines per minute than he should have, and that's a GG. BTS taps out. Speed is our winner, leaves the game, or Brood says here, BTS leaves the game, and that is it. Yeah. Yes, that is it. But like I was saying, if Speed's in a game where he's not ahead by 2 bases the whole time against an enemy Zerg and hasn't kept the worker count under 30 the whole time, he probably doesn't win this game, right? He probably lost way more Marines than he should have, way more tanks than he should have, way more science vessels than he should have. But when your production is through the roof because you have 6 bases at 30 minutes, then it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like he played like a Zerg, right? He attacked into positions where he was going to take big losses in order to get, some wins. And it worked out for him in the long run. Adding the tanks in when the Hydra started appearing, very intelligent stuff. Got +3 attack on those tanks as well. I mean, this was... This was a great game from Speed. This guy. All right, 327,000 points to 299,000 points here. Guess who had the more points today? I'll give you one guess. Got outproduced by the Zerg player, but outkilled him by similar numbers. This is what I'm talking about. Speed lost 600 units today. 600. But when you killed 900 of them and you made 700, it kind of works out in the end. Buildings raised is pretty close. Again, BTS was doing some work on the other side of the map. Just not enough to really flip the game in his favor at all. And then it's an 81,000 to 81,000 resources spent in 40 minutes. As a Zerg player, you're just not going to win that game. You can't. I don't think it's possible to win a 40-minute game where you have even worker or even spending. Even spending. That is so little difference in spending, it's disgusting. So, nicely done, Speed. Way to get that win. That was a ton of fun. And that's going to be it from me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok these days, also at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.